Hey everybody, this is Rodney Watson. Politics 205, Alabama's Voice of Reason, and I am a candidate for the District 3 County Commission seat in Jefferson County, Alabama. I'm running against Jimmy Stephens. I'll try to make this a short one. Through the process of running for county commission, you know, you start out with a certain thing in mind and kind of what you have a problem with, and then you learn other things. And I started this campaign out mainly about District 3 and how we'd been neglected with the trash, with the litter, and the illegal dumps. Very simple to see. We know we was neglected. We know we've been neglected. And I've been told that it's not the county's responsibility. It's not the government's responsibility. I've been told it's District 3's people and how sorry they are. And then during this campaign, you know, we know we've lost jobs in District 3 that they wasn't replaced. We've been told that we've got to have stadiums downtown to bring jobs back. But yet Huntsville gets the car plant, and you know, where's their stadium? Did the stadium bring that job in? Well, it was a mayor and a county commissioner that brought that job to Huntsville because they prepared Huntsville for it. Now listen, had this little back and forth with this radio talk show host in Birmingham. He really thinks he's intelligent. And he talks about what a nice guy Jimmy Stephens is. But one thing that got me here lately was there was a poster, and it's a female, and she kept coming back at me, and I never would say nothing back to her. She's from District 3. And I go way back with this poster and her husband. And her husband, we've coon hunted together. He worked there out there at U.S. Steel, and he's been through the same experiences I've been through. I didn't work at U.S. Steel, but he's from District 3. His family and my family, we're District 3 people, and we know what we've been through. And this poster was sort of defending this idea that District 3's got to settle for things less than we've been accustomed to in the past. And I know the economy's changed, and we've got to change with it. But there are still some good industry out there that we can attract to District 3. Richard Dixon pretty much said yesterday that, you know, those good paying jobs are behind us, that we've got to be happy with these $14 an hour jobs. And I am happy for the $14 an hour jobs. But we've got to be premium people in District 3. We come from premium people. Our parents were premium people. Our grandparents were premium people. District 3 built Birmingham. It's the coal industry and the steel industry that built Birmingham. You got to understand one thing, people. I'm in 2 unions. And if you study labor and the economy, all wealth is created by labor. That doesn't mean that there's not a place for capital. We got to have capital. Capital greases the wheel to get labor to move. But capital simply buys and sells labor and the products of labor. If there's not labor put into it, nothing's created. Nothing's dug out of the ground. I've been in marketing meetings. I've been in corporate meetings. I've been in auction classes. And all you're simply trying to do when you're marketing or trying to sell something, you're trying to get somebody that has built something to break off some of their money and give to you, and you're just trying to make a spread. These CEOs and these MBAs, they're not actually trying to learn how to build anything. They're trying to figure out a way to make a profit. And there's nothing wrong with that. We have to have this. We have to have a banking system. I support all this. But one thing that they do is they do what this Richard Dixon has done to us or tried to say in the last couple of days, is that we don't deserve all that we can get in the marketplace. We have to be mediocre. We have to settle. I'm telling you, people in District 3, we don't have to settle. We've been neglected, and this can change at this election. And this poster that kind of was coming at me, I hadn't posted back to her, but I posted back to her last night, and I said, you're wrong. And she posted back something that said, something will explain to me, sir, why I'm wrong. I said, well, you're wrong for a completely different reason than everybody else is wrong. And that's all I left it with. Because, like I said, I grew up with her husband. I coon hunted with her husband. I knew her husband's daddy. I know her husband to be the kind of integrity her husband has, and some things he did as a young man that 40 and 50-year-old men had a hard time doing. I know the people of District 3. And I'm going to fuss at you a little bit this morning, District 3. Now, this one was wrong because she knows me. And she was in my wedding. Let me put it that way. And her husband was in my wedding. But District 3, if you think you got to settle for what we're getting, you're wrong. We don't have to settle. And I'm not going to accept it from Jimmy Stevens that we have to settle. I'm not going to accept for down there at McCalla that they can't have a ballpark, that we have to just settle for this kind of incompetence in finance and public projects that have public money in it. I'm not going to accept that we have to put up with storm shelters that can't be finished, or that we have to accept litter and illegal dumps. I'm not going to accept that we have that I-22 out there across down there through Adamsville and the ports and the rail systems, and we have to try to build stadiums to bring jobs in instead of using that I-22 corridor out there. I'm not going to settle for that District 3. And I've had about all I can stand of the Jimmy Stevens and the Richard Dixons and the MBAs and the so-called the smart people in Birmingham telling District 3 that we just have to settle. And I'm going to ask you to dig in June 5th, and I'm asking you to dig in for District 3. You're not digging in for Birmingham. You're digging in for District 3. Now we're going to work with Jefferson County as a whole, but we're digging in for District 3. District 3 is going to be our focus if you make me your county commissioner. And if you think that you're going to have to settle for less than we've had in the past, you probably need to vote for Jimmy, because he was going to settle. Rodney Watson's not going to settle for it. Now, I'm down here on Logan Martin, and this is what Alabama Power and the Department of Energy's put in on this lake, these little pavilions, part of their outdoor economy down here. They just put all this in. And it's not real busy right now, but this place loads up every day. Now, this is just one idea I have for District 3 about making us a destination for the outdoor economy. We don't have to settle for not being part of this $7 billion economy that come through Alabama last year. It was a $7 billion worth of economic activity for the outdoor economy in Alabama, and District 3 didn't get our share of it. We don't have to settle for $14 an hour jobs, and we can be thankful for them, and we can be happy to have them, but that doesn't mean we have to settle for those. We can be happy and thankful and still not settle. We're being asked to settle for less than we have to settle for, y'all. June 5th, you get to take a stand against settling for District 3. McCalla has been asked to settle for that situation with that ballpark down there. It's ridiculous, District 3. And I'm going to dig in for District 3 if you make me your county commissioner. And I done told you it's going to be a fight. It's already been a fight. But I'm having a hard time understanding how I'm fighting people from District 3 that I grew up with. That their mamas and their daddies and their granddaddies grew up in District 3. And we know the way it used to be in District 3. But all of a sudden now we have to settle for what we're getting. I'm not ready to settle, y'all. I'm asking you, vote for Rodney Watson June 5th. And we're going to have to dig in and be ready to just fight for District 3. But we're going to quit settling. And we can turn it around. Dig in for District 3 on June 5th. And we can make the whole district, the whole district will turn around. And we get things going for District 3, we will be a positive influence on the whole county. They'll see how it's supposed to be done. Thank you.